Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist and Spiritual Teacher here. Well, what do you think this is? That's a coconut. Well, I'm going to be a little controversial today, talking about coconut oil. Excuse me. And coconut oil is something that needs to be discussed because there is a lot of different disagreement about it. And I have to say, I'm not a fan because, first of all, coconut oil has 90% saturated fat with lots of cholesterol. 90%. That's 90%. That's an amazing amount. A butter only has 64% saturated fat. A steak has 40% saturated fat. Lard, which was kind of the overall thing of lots of saturated fat, has 40% saturated fat. And it raises our LDL cholesterols, and there is kind of controversy about that. And it's really, in my mind, directly related to diabetes also, and we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that more. And study shows that it's really high in cholesterol, which is not good for the body and not good for preventing strokes and heart attacks and peripheral artery disease, all kinds of different things, and we really need to take that into account. I do think in small amounts it is good. There's no doubt about it. It's bad for your heart because, you're going to clog up all those arteries. You ever go to a big box store and see the big containers of coconut oil and they're totally white? You know what I mean? Guess what it does inside your body? Clog up like that. It is really not good. It's not good for your complexion also. It will give you, studies show it gives you acne. If you eat a lot of it, it will give you diarrhea. Also, it lowers down athletic performance. Just go and eat a bunch of coconut oil and try to run a mile or two. Boy, you will find that you just don't have the athletic performance going for you. Allergies, a lot of people were allergic to coconut, so you're automatically out. You don't want to have coconut around no matter what. It also seems to increase yeast infections for you ladies, so I highly recommend you kind of stay away from it as much as possible. Also, the Mayo Clinic showed that it actually did not help with, they say, oh, it helps with your thyroid. Well, the Mayo Clinic showed that it actually does not help your thyroid, and it really is a lot of fat, and it can help, increase your weight, absolutely, positively. And some people get headaches because of coconut oil and coconut, so that type of thing. Also, the other thing is diabetes. We now know that if we put a person on a plant-based diet, we put them on a low-fat plant-based diet, first of all, and get them in a lot of fiber, 40 grams or more a day, and I recommend even more, and get them on low glycemic index foods. We can actually turn around people who have diabetes and have them become, have their blood sugar become normal. Even Dr. Neil Barnard of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, as PCRM.org, talks about this, and I also recommend it, that we can turn things around. I just saw a man who was on a Mediterranean diet with lots of oils, and he had a big gut, and he went to a plant-based diet, and boy, he looks like an athlete now. It was like, wow, really good. And we can turn around diabetes. I have a man right now who lives in Maryland, and he had rheumatoid arthritis, he had high blood pressure, prostate disease, and he had diabetes. And the prostate disease on my diet has disappeared. Rheumatoid arthritis has disappeared. His blood sugar has gone down to 118 now, which is really great. And also, his blood pressure is, coming down really, really fast. He still has stress. We're working on that with meditation, but you can see what a plant-based diet does. So we really need to look at all of this. They say that coconut oil is great for your brain. Well, new studies show, all this cholesterol and all this saturated fat is really not good for Alzheimer's and dementia also. So we have two camps, different research over here, different research over there. Some say it's good for your heart. It helps to increase HDLs and lower LDLs. Well, that studies show that it's actually the opposite. So I find that really interesting. Some say it's anti-inflammatory and helps with, all kinds of things and helps protect your liver and that type of thing. Well, new studies are showing some of the opposite also. Also, they say it reduces inflammation, but we have new studies showing that, actually can increase inflammation anytime we put a lot of fat into the body. Also helping with cancer. Well, I believe actually if we lower down the amount of fats that we have going on, especially if you get obese people, we have more cancer with people who eat a lot of fat. There's no doubt about that. We have studies showing that. So it's really interesting. Also, you say it boosts up your immune system, and actually we show that fat actually does the opposite. And so people get, and I've been working with lots of people who have, lots of obesity going on and getting them on a plant-based diet, getting their fats way down, and all of a sudden their immune system boosts up and they become very healthy. And this thing about athletic performance, I find that very interesting because you go out, even before I was on a plant-based diet, many years ago, we'd have ice cream made from coconut, and boy, I was just like, boom, feeling terrible, after eating it. It's not just the sugar, it was all the fat in that. That was really not good. And people who eat any kind of fatty meal, well, Thanksgiving is coming up tomorrow, all that fat, you know what I mean? People will be laying on the couch, passed out, comatose. That gravy and the big turkey and all that stuff, it's going to be, boy, it really, you can see you don't have the athletic performance if you're laying on the couch passed out. They say it improves digestion. Well, we actually find that coconut oil actually is not good for people with all kinds of digestive disorders. So there's two different camps. You can say it's good for your gallbladder. Well, other studies say it doesn't. I say it really is good for your skin. If you put it on your skin, that's a great thing for coconut oil. Also, they say it's good for your gums. Well, I haven't found that to be true either. I find tea tree oil works really great. Also, osteoporosis. Well, I think one of the best things for osteoporosis is eating a plant-based diet with lots and lots of green veggies where you get 500 milligrams of calcium, and then stressing your bones. You don't find weightlifters, and especially, big-time weightlifters that have osteoporosis. Doesn't happen. So that's very interesting. I find it very, very interesting. Watch the movie The Game Changers. The Game Changers on Netflix and iTunes and Vimeo and lots of different places. It's an eye-opening experience. I've watched it 4 times already. Also, it helps with diabetes. Well, we're finding that's not true at all. And weight loss and many, many other things. And they're all just research, backing all this up. We're having other research showing that it's actually the opposite. So I recommend that you use, coconut oil with a little bit of, moderation. I would say a very little bit. If you're going to have coconut, eat the coconut meat that's inside this thing. Eat a little bit of it with lots of fiber, and that's good for you. And I say have a little bit every week, a small chunk, you know what I mean? I think that's good. That's all you need. You don't need a whole bunch of fats. It's really not good. And we're finding that, the less fats you have in the way, your balancing of your hormones becomes better. So it's really important. So I highly recommend that you use moderation when it comes to coconut oil. And you can also get defatted coconut, shredded coconut also. You can get that on Amazon and eBay and all kinds of different places. And I think that's a really good thing to do. You still want the flavor. Or if you want coconut milk, get low-fat coconut milk, that type of thing. I think we need to reassess, and you can decide on your own what you think about coconut oil, but I am not a fan, tell you the truth. I see that there are two sides of this whole thing, And when we get people going on a plant-based diet, a whole foods plant-based diet like mine on my website at paulhaider.com, the anti-inflammatory diet, great changes happen, really great changes. So we allow ourselves to change our paradigm here and move into a whole different way of thinking, and we can make a big difference. So here's some food for thought. A little bit of coconut goes a long way. Keep it as a whole food. Eat some coconut meat on a regular basis, and I think you're going to be in good shape and have a healthy life, and go on a whole foods plant-based diet, and you're going to be great. We're having so much in the way of scientific discoveries happening about a plant-based diet, and we are making headways, and we're going to get rid of all these long-standing diseases that we say, modern day diseases like diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis in general, MS and lupus and all these different things. They're going to be gone. So have a wonderful day. And feel free to get a hold of me at 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. If you want to get a hold of me by email, my email is drpaulhaider@gmail.com, drpaulhaider@gmail.com. Click on Show More down below, and it's all down there. And also, you can text me and WhatsApp me, and if you'd like to do a consultation with me, my consultation are only $50, and that gives you 1 year's worth of consultation. And if you want to do your spouse and you together, that's fine for the same fee. And we get you in the pink and feeling great and moving forward and having great health and make you motivated in a great way. And I like to work with people for a long period of time to get them on the wagon and keep them from falling off, because that's a big deal. And get them back on and helping them to have a great life. So remember, get a hold of me anytime. And remember God, and remember, I love you.